Samurai sleep rituals that unlock deep rest. You've never tried this. Prologue: The Exhausted Warrior. James collapsed into bed at midnight, exhausted from another 14-hour workday. His mind raced with tomorrow's meetings, unfinished emails, projects falling behind schedule. He scrolled through his phone. Just 5 more minutes, he told himself. An hour later, he was still awake, eyes burning, anxiety mounting. This was his 4th consecutive night of terrible sleep. He'd tried everything: melatonin, sleep apps, white noise, eye masks, magnesium supplements. Nothing worked. He'd wake at 3 a.m., mind spinning, unable to return to sleep. By morning, he'd feel worse than when he went to bed. His performance was suffering, his health was declining, his relationships were strained. He was trapped in a vicious cycle, too stressed to sleep, too sleep-deprived to manage stress. One evening, during a video call with his mentor in Tokyo, Akara noticed James's exhaustion. "You look terrible, my friend," Akara said bluntly. "When did you last sleep well?" "I don't remember," James admitted. "Maybe 6 months ago." Akara frowned. "This is dangerous. In Japan, we have a word, karoshi, death by overwork. Sleep deprivation kills slowly, but it kills. You need help." "I've tried everything." "No, you've tried Western solutions for a modern problem, but this is an ancient problem. The samurai faced it too, warriors who needed to sleep deeply despite constant danger, whose lives depended on being rested and alert." Akara paused. "They developed rituals, not tricks or hacks, but complete practices for entering deep rest. My grandfather taught them to me. If you're willing to try something completely different, I can teach you." James felt a spark of hope. "I'll try anything." "Good, I'm visiting next week for business. I'll stay with you for 3 nights. Each night, I'll teach you one ritual. By the 4th night, you'll sleep like you haven't slept in years, but you must follow the rituals exactly. No shortcuts." "I promise." 7 days later, Akara arrived at James's apartment, carrying a small wooden case. "Are you ready to learn how the samurai slept?" he asked. James nodded, desperate for relief. "Then tonight, we begin." Akara set his wooden case on James's kitchen table and opened it carefully. Inside were simple items: a bronze bell, incense, a small journal, candles. The first ritual is called arigacha, the entrance, or more accurately, the separation. The samurai understood something crucial: sleep is not the absence of wakefulness. It is a different state entirely, a different realm. To enter it, you must first exit the waking world completely. "Like a boundary?" James asked. "Exactly. Most people try to sleep while still mentally in their day. They bring their stress, their thoughts, their devices into the sleep realm. This is like trying to swim while wearing armor. The samurai created clear separations, physical, mental, and spiritual, between day and night." Akara gestured around James's bedroom. "First, we fix your space. Show me your evening routine." James shrugged. "I work until I'm tired, brush my teeth, get in bed, scroll my phone until my eyes close." "Terrible, everything is wrong. Come, we start over." For the next hour, Akara transformed James's evening. They moved the charging station outside the bedroom. They covered the bright alarm clock. They removed work papers from the nightstand. They dimmed the overhead lights and lit candles instead. "Now," Akara said, "I teach you the separation ritual. This happens exactly 1 hour before sleep, every night, same time, no exceptions. The 3 gates of separation. First gate, physical separation, body. At 10 p.m., Akara explained, you perform the body ritual. The samurai called it Makayamra, purifying the body, but it's not just hygiene, it's transformation. He demonstrated: hot bath or shower as hot as you can stand. Add Epsom salt if possible. As you wash, imagine washing away the day, not just dirt, but stress, tension, mental weight. Visualize it flowing down the drain. Then specific stretches. Akara showed James 5 gentle stretches, holding each for 1 minute. These tell your body, the fighting day is over, time to rest. Samurai did this after removing their armor. You're doing it after removing your day. Finally tea, but not any tea, sakura tea, cherry blossom tea, room temperature, 1 cup, slowly. This signals to your body the ceremony has begun. Second gate, mental separation, mind. At 10:20 p.m., Akara continued, the mind ritual. The samurai called this Kakara Shazimara, quieting the heart-mind. He handed James the journal. Write exactly 10 sentences, not 9, not 11, 10. They follow this pattern. 1 3 3 things you completed today, 4 6. 3 things you're grateful for, 7 8. 2 concerns, worries, or problems, 9 10. 2 things you're curious or excited about tomorrow. This ritual does something clever. It acknowledges your day without dwelling on it. It deposits your worries on paper so your mind doesn't have to carry them. It ends on curiosity, not anxiety. James wrote his first 10 sentences. He felt something shift, like setting down a heavy backpack he didn't realize he was carrying. Good, Akara nodded. Now close the journal. The day is documented. It's finished. You can let it go. Third gate, spiritual separation, spirit. At 10:40 p.m., Akara said, lighting incense, the spirit ritual. The samurai called this Temasha Tatanaka, preparing the spirit for the journey. Sleep, in the samurai understanding, is not unconsciousness. It's a journey to another realm where the body heals and the spirit renews. You must prepare for this journey with respect. Akara rang the bronze bell once. The sound lingered, fading slowly. The bell announces, I am ready to cross. Then you sit for 5 minutes in complete stillness, not meditation, not thinking, just sitting, breathing, being, allowing the separation to complete. At 10:45 you extinguish the candles. You bow slightly, a gesture of respect to the sleep realm, then you lie down. And here's the crucial part, you do not try to sleep. You simply lie there, breathing, accepting whatever comes. Sleep will find you when you're ready. James followed the ritual exactly. Bath, stretches, tea, writing, setting down worries. Bell, stillness, bow. As he lay down, his mind was quieter than it had been in months. One more thing, Akara whispered from the doorway. If you wake in the night, don't panic. Don't check your phone. Just breathe and repeat in your mind, Mudda Yara Stull Night. This reminds you, it's still time for rest. Sleep will return. James closed his eyes. For the first time in months, he felt ready, not desperate to sleep, but ready to receive it. He fell asleep within 10 minutes. He slept for 7 hours straight. James woke feeling better than he had in months. The ritual had worked, but as the day progressed, his anxiety returned. What if it was a fluke? What if tonight he couldn't sleep again? That evening, Akira noticed his tension. You slept well last night, yes. Incredibly well, but I'm worried it won't work again. Akira smiled. Tonight's ritual addresses this exactly, come. As they prepared the evening ritual, Akira explained, the second samurai sleep ritual is Mamori protection. The samurai understood that warriors have enemies. In the night, when the body is vulnerable, the mind creates enemies too, fears, worries, anxieties. These are night demons. They attack when you're defenseless. So the samurai developed protective rituals, not superstition, but practical psychology, to guard the mind during sleep. The 3 shields of protection. First shield, protecting your attention. Your attention, Akira said, is your most valuable resource. Where attention goes, energy flows. If you give attention to anxiety before sleep, anxiety grows strong, so we protect your attention. He pulled out a small wooden box. Starting at 9 p.m., 1 full hour before the separation ritual, you enter attention protection mode. The rules are strict. No news, none, not TV, not phone, not radio. No work emails or messages. No difficult conversations. No social media scrolling. No stimulating content. No action movies. No intense music. What can I do? James asked. Anything calm, read fiction, listen to gentle music, talk with loved ones about pleasant things, take a walk, create something. The goal is to starve your anxiety and feed your calm. James realized he'd been doing the opposite, consuming news and scrolling social media right up until bed, feeding his anxiety a feast. Second shield, protecting your space. Your bedroom, Akira continued, is sacred territory, a fortress, but you've let enemies inside. He pointed to James's laptop on the nightstand. Work is an enemy of sleep. It doesn't belong in the fortress. He gestured to the TV. Stimulation is an enemy. It doesn't belong here either. The samurai kept their sleeping quarters simple, clean, minimal. Only things that support rest. Let's establish your space rules. Bedroom is only for sleep and intimacy, nothing else. No screens in bedroom, none, not even to check time. Temperature cool, around 65 degrees F, 18 degrees C. Complete darkness, blackout curtains or eye mask. Silence or gentle white noise, not TV or podcasts. Clean, uncluttered space, no piles of clothes or work papers. They spent 30 minutes removing everything that didn't support sleep. James's bedroom transformed into a true sanctuary. Third shield, protecting your breaths. Finally, Akira said, the most powerful protection, the breath. The samurai practiced specific breathing techniques to calm the nervous system and signal safety to the body. He demonstrated, this is called 478 breathing. Modern science has validated it, but samurai have used variations for centuries. The technique. Breathe in through nose for 4 counts. Hold breath for 7 counts. Exhale through mouth for 8 counts. Repeat 4 times. Do this 3 times during your evening, once at 9 p.m. when protection mode begins, once at 10 p.m. during your body ritual, and once when you lie down. This technique activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest mode. It tells your body you are safe, you can rest. James practiced. By the third breath, he felt noticeably calmer. These shields, Akira explained, create what we call Anzen Chitai, a safety zone. Within this zone, your mind can lower its guard. Sleep comes not because you force it, but because you've removed all the reasons not to sleep. That night, James followed both rituals, the separation from night 1 and the protection from night 2. He felt the difference immediately. His mind wasn't fighting sleep, it was welcoming it. He slept 8 hours, deeply, peacefully, no waking at 3 a.m. On the third day, James felt transformed. 2 nights of deep sleep had cleared the fog from his mind. But he noticed something. He was still carrying tension in his body, old stress stored in his muscles and nervous system. That evening, Akira brought out new tools, a foam roller, a tennis ball, and what looked like a small wooden sword. Tonight, Akira said, the third ritual, Hanasu, the release. The samurai understood that the body keeps score. Every stress, every fight, every danger leaves a mark, not just in memory, but in the muscles, the fascia, the nervous system. If you don't release this stored tension, it sabotages your sleep. So they developed release rituals, physical, emotional, and energetic, to empty the body's stress containers before sleep. The 3 layers of release. First layer, physical release, body tension. The samurai spent their days in armor, fighting, training. Their bodies accumulated massive tension. Sound familiar? Akira smiled. You may not wear armor, but you sit in chairs, hunch over computers, carry stress in your shoulders and jaw. He demonstrated with the foam roller. This is modern, but the principle is ancient. For 10 minutes each evening, you release physical tension. The samurai used bamboo rollers and massage techniques. You'll use this. The routine. Roll upper back, 2 minutes. Roll lower back, 2 minutes. Roll each hip, 2 minutes. Tennis ball on feet, 2 minutes. Jaw massage, 2 minutes. As you roll, breathe deeply. When you find tension, pause, stay there, breathe into it. Imagine the breath melting the tension like ice in sunlight. James tried it. The first roll on his upper back was agony, so much stored tension, but as he breathed and stayed with it, something released. By the end of 10 minutes, his body felt lighter. Second layer, emotional release, feeling processing. Physical tension is easy, Akira said. Emotional tension is harder. The samurai dealt with fear, anger, grief, intense emotions that couldn't be expressed during the day. They needed to release these before sleep, or the emotions would become nightmares. He handed James a piece of paper. This is the Kanjo Tegami, emotion letter. You write it, then you burn it, never to be read by anyone. This is for release only. The practice. Write freely about any difficult emotion from your day. Don't edit, don't censor, just pour it out. Include the physical sensations. My chest feels tight, my hands are clenched. End with, I release this, it no longer serves me. Burn the paper safely in a bowl. Watch it turn to ash. Wash your hands, symbolic cleansing. This ritual, Akira explained, does what therapy takes hours to do. It acknowledges the emotion without suppressing it. It gives it form on paper, then it transforms it through fire, release, not repression. James wrote about his work stress, his feeling of inadequacy, his fear of failure. As the paper burned, he felt something lift. The emotions didn't disappear, but they no longer had power over him. Third layer, energetic release, nervous system reset. Finally, Akira said, picking up the wooden sword, the energetic release. The samurai practiced sabari sword swings, not just for training, but for release. Intense, focused movement that discharges accumulated stress. You won't swing a sword, but you will move with intention. The practice, release movement sequence, 3 minutes. Stand with feet apart. Raise arms overhead, breathe in. Swing arms down forcefully with loud exhale, ha. Repeat 10 times with full force and sound. Then shake hands, arms, shoulders, whole body. Continue shaking for 1 minute. End by stamping feet firmly 3 times. This discharges stress the way animals do after danger. A deer chased by a wolf doesn't sit with its trauma. It runs, escapes, then shakes violently for several minutes. This releases the stress hormones. Humans forget to do this. We store everything. James felt silly at first, but as he swung and shouted, ha, something primal was released. The shaking afterward felt cathartic. By the end, he was breathing deeply, sweating slightly, feeling clear. These 3 layers, Akira explained, empty your containers, physical container empty, emotional container empty, energetic container empty. Now when you lie down, there's nothing to process, nothing to fight, nothing to carry, just rest. That night, combining all 3 rituals, separation, protection, and release, James experienced the deepest sleep of his adult life. He didn't just sleep, he journeyed to a place of profound rest. He woke feeling reborn. On the 4th morning, Akira prepared to leave. You don't need me anymore, he said. You have the 3 rituals. Practice them every night for 30 days, no exceptions. They will become automatic. Your body will recognize the signals and respond. But I have questions, James said. What if I travel? What if I miss a night? What if it stops working? Akira smiled. Let me answer by telling you how the samurai truly slept. The samurai sleep mindset. The samurai's relationship with sleep was different from ours. They didn't fear bad sleep. They didn't obsess over getting exactly 8 hours. They understood 3 principles. Principle 1, sleep is earned, not forced. The samurai earned their rest through the day's effort. Hard training, clear purpose, full engagement. When you've given your day everything, sleep comes naturally. When you've held back, avoided difficulty, or lived half-heartedly, the body doesn't recognize the need for deep rest. Your rituals prepare the mind and body, but your days matter too. Live fully, work hard, move your body, face challenges. Then rest becomes not just welcome, but necessary. Principle 2, trust the process. The samurai didn't worry about sleep the way we do. They trusted their body's wisdom. If they slept deeply one night and poorly the next, they accepted it. They knew the body self-regulates. If you truly need sleep, you'll sleep. If you don't sleep, perhaps you didn't need it as much as you thought. This removes the anxiety that creates insomnia. You're not failing if you have a bad night. You're just experiencing natural variation. Trust that your body knows what it needs. Principle 3. The night is yours. Modern people fear the night, the waking at 3 a.m., the inability to sleep. But the samurai had a different view. If they woke in the night, they didn't panic. They would sit in meditation or practice breathing or simply rest peacefully, knowing that rest, even without sleep, has value. They had a saying, Yoru wa tomo, the night is a friend, not an enemy to fight, but a companion to be with. When you stop fighting sleeplessness, ironically, sleep comes more easily. The complete practice. Akira opened his journal and wrote out the complete samurai sleep system. Every evening, 9:00 p.m., protection begins. Enter attention, protection mode. No news, no work, no social media. 478 breathing, first set. 9:30 p.m., release practice. Physical, foam rolling, 10 min. Emotional, emotion letter, 5 min. Energetic, movement sequence, 3 min. 10:00 p.m., separation gate 1. Hot bath shower with visualization. 5 stretches, 5 min. Cherry blossom tea. 478 breathing, second set. 10:20 p.m., separation gate 2. 10 sentence, journal practice. Close journal ceremonially. 10:40 p.m., separation gate 3. Light incense. Ring bells. 5 minutes stillness. Extinguish candles. Bow to sleep realm. 10:45 p.m., enter sleep. Lie down, don't try to force sleep. 478 breathing, third set. If mind wanders, gently return to breath. Trust the process. If you wake, 18 nights. Don't check phone or time. Say internally, Mada Yoru, still night. 478 breathing. Rest peacefully, even if not sleeping. Trust your body. This is the way, Akira said. Not a hack, not a trick. A complete practice that honors sleep as sacred, prepares body and mind properly, and creates the conditions for deep rest. James felt overwhelming gratitude. This changed my life. No, Akira corrected gently. You changed your life. I just showed you the ancient path. The samurai left us these rituals because they understood. A warrior who cannot rest cannot fight. A person who cannot sleep cannot live fully. Rest is not weakness. It's the foundation of strength. He packed his wooden case. One final teaching. The samurai believed that how you end your day determines how you begin the next. These evening rituals don't just give you good sleep. They give you good mornings, good days, good life. You're not just sleeping better, you're living better. Will you continue the practice? James nodded, every single night. Good, then my work is done. Epilogue, 6 months later. 6 months after learning the samurai sleep rituals, James's life had transformed completely. He slept 7 to 8 hours every night. He woke refreshed, energized, mentally clear. His anxiety had decreased by 80%. His work performance had skyrocketed. His relationships had deepened. But the most profound change was his relationship with evening and night. He no longer dreaded bedtime or feared insomnia. The evening ritual had become his favorite time of day, a sacred hour of transition, release, and preparation. His friends noticed. You look 10 years younger, they said. What's your secret? James would smile and tell them about the samurai sleep rituals. Some tried it. Some thought it was too much work. But those who committed to the practice experienced the same transformation. One evening, James received an email from Akira with a single line. The lotus blooms in the morning because it rests deeply through the night. Sleep well, my friend. James printed the quote and hung it in his bedroom. Each night, as he performed his rituals, he remembered, rest is not time wasted. Rest is where life is restored. Sleep is not unconsciousness. Sleep is the foundation of consciousness. The samurai knew this. and now so did he. He bowed to the sleep realm and closed his eyes. Deep rest welcomed him home. The samurai sleep system, quick reference. The 3 rituals. 1. Separation, irigachi, exit the waking world. Physical separation, bath, stretches, tea. Mental separation, 10-sentence journal. Spiritual separation, bell, stillness, bow. 2. Protection, mamori, guard your rest. Protect attention, no news, social media after 9 p.m. Protect space, bedroom only for sleep. Protect breath, 4-7-8 breathing 3 times. 3. Release, hanasu, empty your containers. Physical, foam rolling and massage. Emotional, emotion letter and burning. Energetic, movement sequence and shaking. The 3 principles. Sleep is earned through full living. Trust your body's wisdom. The night is your friend, not enemy. Daily timeline. 9:00 p.m. Protection begins. 9:30 p.m. Release practice. 10:00 p.m. Separation starts. 10:45 p.m. Enter sleep. Trust the process. Practice for 30 days. Transform your sleep. Transform your life.